All right, 2D, we are going to be doing pet portraits first using these teacher pets that we have. So go ahead and select 3, and you guys are going to be using a pen. You guys can work horizontally or vertically. It's totally up to you. I'm just doing it like this to fit on the screen better. Okay. To do this, you want to think about the dog or the animal, whatever animal it is. Think about the shapes. Think about 2 circles that's going to be its head. One large one for its head and then a smaller one for the snout. So what I mean is, let's make sure that's on here. And you can use your pen lightly. Just think about using light sketching lines. All right, so there's a circle for the head. And then I'm going to think about the center of the head where I can see this line coming down, and then start to draw a second circle for that snout. Then I want to think, where on that circle for the snout am I going to place the nose? It's kind of lower, about down here. And then I can start to see all these different lines and shades on the dog. I want to think about where the eyes are. So it's going to be in this top circle, and then eyes are always curved, right? So think about a curved eye line going around this sphere. Looks like one eye is back here, another eye back there. So we're just kind of sketching out the basic shapes. Now I want to think about where these ears are going to be. Let's get this so you can see it. And the idea with pen is you mess up and you just gotta kind of keep going. So this ear is angling. It's not going exactly parallel to the paper. It's kind of a triangle, so I can just sketch a triangle. And then also look at that negative space. This blue, what is that? Whatever this blue stuff is, it's making a triangle. So I want to make sure I get that same triangle of negative space. And I can darken lines up once I really like them. All right, so now I can see this lighter part of the snout isn't just a perfect circle, right? So what does it do? It kind of comes down because he's chewing on something. So always just keep moving your pen. Also, it's kind of dark in this area back here. So I'm gonna kind of draw in just this darker shape, use some diagonal lines to fill that in. All right, now I wanna detail a little bit around the eye. Get those pointing lines. There's kind of like a darker, it's almost like an eyebrow. It's probably a good idea to go with the direction of the fur when we are shading it. There's a really nice dark shape where that ear is overlapping. And then this ear shape here looks different than there. I can already tell. So I'm just gonna kind of correct it as I go. I want it to come higher. And then I can shade right on top. Okay, there's a darker section. Here's another darker section. Curves in, then kind of puckers out. All right, so on the nose, you're gonna have those nostrils. Even if they have a black nose, like this dog has a black nose, but you can still see the nostrils are darker. So you wanna draw those nostril shapes really dark if you can. And then look, it's angled, right? Because the face is angled. That's why this eye is lower. So this nostril has to be lower. It looks like a little pig nose. Kind of shade as you go. And then you've got this other kind of darker eyebrow. All right, I can see its pupil. Darken up around the eye. Now the idea is this first sketch that you do shouldn't be really good. But the more of these that you do, they should get better. All right, and then we've got that dark shadow coming up, filling in the dark shadow, and then that ear shape. Oh, he looks so pretty. Kind of has some wrinklage here. All right, and then a little darker. Make that nose a little bigger. Try to move that nostril over. All right, and then he's got something in his mouth, so I gotta include that or it's just gonna look funky. Now, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna draw the whole dog, but we don't just wanna leave it hanging here. So you gotta think about how are we going to finish off or kind of imply the rest of the body. So I did some other ones and ways I kind of finished off the body. I did some broken lines. So almost like dashes, implying where the body would go. For Sassy Moo, this cat, I kind of did some fur lines and then broken lines. It just kind of fades away. For this dog, Pete, you know, the body was going up, so I did some broken lines. It's like dashes, that's what a broken line is. They kind of fade out. All right, so think about ways that you can kind of fade this dog out. So let's see, this body comes back here, and then I'm just gonna do some broken lines to kind of fade him out. Same thing, he's got a leg, body, but we're really focusing on the face, on a portrait. So we're gonna do animal portraits. These ones are just pen. Then we're gonna do some color where you can do your photo, your pet. Oh, he's got a collar. All right, then if you wanna include the name, so this is, the teacher's name is Roberts, the pet's name is Reese. So I'm gonna put Reese in here. But first I wanna finish shading this. And as I'm shading, I'm also editing and changing it. All right, and your goal is to get at least three of these sketches. You guys could always do more. What's nice about the pen is you can always layer it too. Oh, I want to get light in there. Just gonna do some hatching lines underneath that toy. A little bit more on here. Okay, who did I say this is? This is Reese. I'm gonna spell it right. All right, so again, I would do 3 of these dog or animal sketches. Try challenging yourself. So this one has curly hair. This is gonna be a lot more challenging to do. How would this be different for a cat, right? Would it have the same basic shapes? You're gonna have a wider circle and then a smaller circle for that snout. All right, look forward to seeing your drawings.